Hello, welcome back to another session of learning. In the series of sentences, today we're going to learn about the interrogative sentences and how do we use the main auxiliary verbs, the be form, the have form and the do form to form interrogative sentences. Are you ready for this? So let's begin our lesson. But first, let us try to recollect what an interrogative sentence is. An interrogative sentence. So, let us look at these examples that are there in front of you. What are you doing today? Are you watching this video? Will you help me carry this trunk? So, what do these three sentences that you see in front of you do? What is their purpose? What do you find different? Okay, so we use interrogative sentences to ask questions, and these interrogative sentences end with a question mark. Is that it? So let's see further how we use the interrogative sentences. So let us look at the construction of an interrogative sentence and how we use them, or how do they actually are written or used. Now look at these examples that are there in front of you. Is this your bike? Was the movie interesting? What do you like about the movie? When are you leaving for Delhi? Aren't you interested in watching a movie? Can't he arrive a little early? May I borrow your car? Why don't you eat quickly? So we understand that an interrogative sentence mostly begins with an auxiliary verb here. Of course, the focus of the lesson is the interrogative sentences using the main auxiliary verbs. We have, for examples, we have here the when, the WH words, and we also have the modal auxiliaries, but they're just there for examples there. So, a basic interrogative sentence either begins with an auxiliary verb. There is influence of tenses. Say, for example, is this your bike? Is a present tense. While was the movie interesting? Is in the past tense. So, you could have yes or no. Is this bike yours? Is this your bike? You could say either yes or no. Interrogative pronouns. What do you like about the movie? There, what is an interrogative pronoun? For example, if I were to say, which movie do you like the most? There it becomes an interrogative adjective, because which comes before the noun movie. These interrogative sentences help us to gather information. We also have negative forms of interrogative sentences. For example, there you see, aren't you interested in watching a movie? Can't you arrive a little early? These are the negative forms, and we use them for language functions. For example, may I borrow your car? I'm seeking permission. Why don't you eat quickly? That's a suggestion, that telling the person to eat quickly. So these are the various ways an interrogative sentence is constructed, and these are the various factors that influence the construction of an interrogative sentence. Here I want you to look at the be form of the questions. So which are the be form verbs? Yeah, we have am, we have is, we have are, we have was, we have were, we have been, and we have being. But do we use all of them? No, we don't. Here are what are the be form verbs which can be used as questions, or the question words. We have both the positive questions and the negative questions. So, for example, am I a tall boy? Am I invited to the party? Is your friend busy? Is she waiting at the bus stop? Are you a singer? Are they traveling tonight? Was he a chef earlier? Was the microwave working well? Were we told about the news? Were John and Mary getting married? So you see these are all positive questions, and all of them begin with the be form verbs which can be used as the question words. We don't find there the been and the being, right? And we have the negative forms. I can use both contractions and also the full forms. Am I not tall? That's I can probably say anti-tall. Aren't I tall? Am I not going out with you? Is Mandy not busy today? And I would look at this. Isn't he coming early to work? Instead of saying, is he not coming early to work? I can say, isn't he? I use the contractions there. Are you not buying a car this year? Aren't they going to the stadium tonight? Was Javed not told about his promotion? Wasn't she a news reporter? Were Krishna and Arjun not cousins? One Mahesh and Ramesh working in the same organization. So you see there I have used the negative forms of the be form of verbs to form questions. And what are they? I use am, I use is, I use are, I use was, I use were. So these are the ways you can have a look at these structures and try framing questions of your own. That's how you learn. Now let's look at the have form of the questions. What are those have forms? We have, we have has, we have had, and having. Can we use all of them there? Let's see. Have I spoken correctly? Have you completed the task? Here also you see the be form verbs, the auxiliary, main auxiliary verbs come at the beginning. And most of these reflect the perfect tenses. Have we sent him an email? Have they been sweeping the hall? Have Mona and Sona been dancing well? Has he called you about the meeting? Has she purchased a new flat? Has this dog an owner? Has Akram bowled a yorker? Now you see all of these are positive questions. Negative questions I can use have I not or haven't you? Or say for example, have I not cooked the dish well? Haven't you completed the task yet? Have you not edited the document still? Have they not informed you about their decision? Haven't Sanjay and Ajay argued with each other? Has he not written the lyrics? Hasn't she spoken rashly? Has the cab not arrived on time? Hasn't Goofy gooped up things lately? So you see there, I use has and have. I don't use had. I don't use the past form of the have form of verbs had, or the perfect the past participle or the present participle form. I just use the base form and the s form, have and has, to form positive questions and negative questions, and the contractions is hasn't and haven't. I hope this is clear. Let us now look at the last of the main auxiliary verbs, the do form of the verbs. And what are those do forms of the verbs? They are do, does, did, done, and doing. So, which of these do we use to form questions, whether positive or the negative? So, let's look at the examples that are there in front of us. Do I know you? Do we have to meet him today? Do you know how to drive a car? Do they live in New York now? Do Sam and Pam work with Genpact? Does he write songs too? Does she own a beauty parlor? Does it work properly? Does Kim buy vegetables at the local market? Did you learn yesterday's lesson? Did she submit her assignment last week? Did Sunny and Bunny go to school? Now all of these. So there you notice we use do, we use does, and we use the did form of the verbs to frame positive questions. So what about the negative questions? There you see in front of you, I use the contractions. That's don't I? Don't I come in time always? Do we not have to meet him today? Don't you know how to drive a car? Do they not live in New York now? Doesn't he drink a lot of water? Does she not speak Spanish well? Doesn't it turn off automatically? Did you not pay your bills? Didn't she serve in the army before? Didn't Tom and Dick have many adventures together. So you see there, I use the do not or the don't or the does not or the doesn't or didn't or did not. We have to be careful. It is didn't. It's not didn't, please. Many people tend to say didn't. It's didn't. Right. So these are the do form of the verbs that we use for framing interrogative sentences, both positive as well as negative. I hope this is clear. We have come to the end of the lesson. Let's have a quick recap. Some interrogative sentences begin with auxiliary verbs. You've seen that, and then they follow the tenses. They are basically yes and no questions. I'm talking about the B form, the main auxiliary verbs. Most of them, the purpose is to, the answer that we elicit is either yes or no. The interrogative sentence order is generally something like this. Are you an engineer? That is the main auxiliary verb, the subject and the object. Now, if you look at the next example, are you going home? Or was she eating a samosa? There I use the helping verb, the subject, the main verb and the object. So, an interrogative sentence ends with a question mark. The negative questions are formed with adding not after the subject or by using a contraction. Does he not know the way to the village? Doesn't he know the way to the village? The same thing. So, this is a very quick recap of how we use the main auxiliary verbs to form interrogative sentences. So, a word of suggestion is that please look at these examples and try to write your own examples. That is how we learn. And if you have any doubts still, you can always get back to me, drop an email at englishbricks at gmail.com, or you can leave your comments down below and I would be very, very happy to respond to them. I hope this lesson was useful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching my videos, for liking them. If you really like them, please do like them if you have not already liked them. I would be very grateful for your appreciation. Please do share my videos if you like them with your family, friends, relatives, anybody who's interested in learning. Please do post your comments. I'd love to respond to them. Any doubts, any queries on the subject, I'll be very happy to help you. And please do subscribe to my channel English Bricks. And if you've already subscribed, like I said, please share it with your friends, family and relatives, anybody who's interested in learning, and make my effort worthwhile. Thank you so much, and be safe, stay safe, take care of yourself and your loved ones during these tough COVID times. God bless us all. Love you, bye. From English Bricks for now. See you later very soon, hopefully.